Greetings, mind crafters, and welcome to another Mindcraft discussion on this glorious day. My name is Kimberly Quinn, and I am thrilled to have another talk with you about how to become the boss of your brain, right? Minecraft is all about living our best lives, living that, being in alignment, living in our high vibe, best selves, being so comfy in your skin. And today, what I want to know about is how happy are you right now? And I want to do another shout out to Sarah Von Brednick. I'm hoping to have lunch with her someday. For real. I got a whole list of people in my friend circle who don't know they're my friends, who I really want to have a chance to just like listen to and chat with for a solid couple of hours over hot tea or maybe a good burger or something. And one of my favorites, top of the list, right next to Oprah and with up there with Wayne Dyer. Sadly, it's since passed. Also like Wayne Dyer is Robin Williams. Oh my gosh. I give up a molar to have lunch with him. Just absolutely. So anyway, so Sarah Von Brednick is the author of the book Simple Abundance, and it's a day book, and it's just so much fun. It's actually fun and positively affirming, good fun quotes. I'm a big fan of quotes. I have a friend of mine, one of my best friends from St. Mike's, would just sort of randomly quote things and not in an obnoxious way, like a know-it-all kind of way. She's not like that at all. Very, very bright, but not like that at all. It would be totally pertain to whatever we're doing. We could be walking in the woods or whatever. We could be in the middle of Urbania and New York or Boston or whatever. It could come out there too, and she'll come out with a quote because she just whatever she was looking at made her think of it. James Joyce or whoever, and it was just so fitting and fun. Quotes are so fun, like one-liners that just give you this aha moment. So anyway, there's me being happy right now, right? So Sarah starts off with a quote from Joanna Field, and she says, "Perhaps if one really knew when one was happy, one would know the things that were necessary for one's life." Amen, sister. The first big question, actually, I'm working on a project right now, a really fun project, well-being oriented, obviously. Maybe that's not obvious, but well-being project. And one of the buzz phrases is one-line survey, doing like one-line survey. And that's kind of like what this is right now. So the big one-line survey is asking yourself, how happy are you right now? Like really be honest, maybe get quiet, definitely unplug the drug, get rid of the crack, meaning the phone, put it away, and mine's been digging away too. I just figured out actually how to turn the volume up for the ringer, so that's kind of interesting. But anyway, how happy are you right now? I have to say that I also think it's possible, well, I know it's possible to get off track and get out of alignment and to not even know what makes us happy anymore. And I know this can be a very common thing for young mothers, actually. And as much as we're not saying miserable because wow, I mean, I'm thinking of myself, young motherhood was just, had the luxury, because that's what it is these days, the luxury to be able to be home with all five kids and everything was fantastic. And that said, because that's the nature of how things are, it's very easy to know what makes everybody else happy and kind of learn to become everybody's everything all the time. And for me, that filled me up. It quite honestly filled me up being home with the kids. And that said, though, it's easy even when you're in the midst of all that and being filled up. It can very easy to forget or let go of, those simple pleasures that make your own heart sing. It can be very easy to do that. Different example would just be out in the world, um, working and just being, especially now, at least, when I was home being a young mom, obviously we had technology, but not like we do now. And it wasn't, I remember when I got a BlackBerry, I was like the biggest thing, in the house. Maybe it wasn't the biggest thing anywhere, but I felt all trendy and cool. And like the BlackBerry's is decades outdated at this point. Now, cell phones are everywhere. They're ding, blinging all the time. And it's easy to get lost in that stuff. And And out in the world, it's easy to be checking that cell phone every 2 seconds, and, the media saturation. I mean, we're in this age of information where knowledge is just, and I'm a big fan of knowledge, obviously. I mean, I just love learning. I love educating. I love everything about knowledge and talking about knowledge and sharing knowledge and the wisdom that can accompany knowledge. And yeah, but the thing is, it can also be all of, the way our society is right now, fast paced, like gerbils on crack. It can be super easy to get lost in it and lose track of what it means to authentically be happy. And so that really does lead us right down the road to simple pleasures. And I have a story. It's interesting because I didn't really plan this episode, but these tend to just come straight from the vault. They just come to me, and then I just get all inspired all the way through. And we had a birthday party for my best friend from St. Mike's, a college roommate. Also, we were each other's maids of honor, also the godparents to our firstborn sons and everything else. And she lives almost an hour away. We had this party. It was a dinner party, and we have not we my husband back in the day and my husband and I back in the day. There we go. With the 5 kids, we constantly having we were like the party house, because we all the kids, and we'd have the cast parties after Shakespeare. We'd have the end of the baseball season parties, and we had the family for everything on my husband's side, of course, and for all the birthdays. And it was just, but that's all slowed down since we're empty nesters. So it's been my husband and I and Giovanni, the golden retriever, and the goats, Hamlet, King Lear, and Caesar. And it's been rather quiet. So Saturday night, this, you're like, where are you going with this? I'm telling you right now. Saturday night, it was a dinner party, quite elegant and just small and intimate. That's what I meant to say, intimate more than elegant. And I tell you, the pure joy, it was just a reminder. It's not that I haven't been sad or anything. And we have not had people over laughing like that in a while. We've gone out to dinner a couple of times. We just really haven't done that. And so it was a wonderful reminder. Um, we just laughed all night. We have history with everybody. And one of our daughters and her partner came. And this is interest or not interesting, it's just fun. I took a picture of the dining room table after everybody had left with the empty wine glasses, half empty wine glasses, half empty bottles, paper plates from the cake, blown out candles, candles burned low on the table, napkins crumpled up, and I took a picture of it and I actually put it on I actually put it on Facebook. I don't know why I did that. I just did that. I just felt like it. And it got almost 100 likes, and wow. And I don't I do only the posting I do is for Champlain. And so I made it into a well-being one, like that this is the good life, which it is. And I think people really that tripped a chord with people, I think. And here's the real truth. I think the reason I was motivated to do that is I was standing after everybody left, taking the picture. Before I had any idea to take any picture, that wasn't my first thing. I literally just stared at the empty table when everybody left. And it wasn't a sad, "Oh, no, they left." It was absolutely joyful. And it was just this wave of joy that have, so many layers, just history and friendship and love and laughter, like roll on the ground laughter. I mean, not just a little giggle. Giggles are fun too. Roll on the ground laughter with girlfriends, and the roosters always get on their side of the table and talk about rooster stuff. I don't know. But it was just everybody was laughing, like 3 different conversations going on simultaneously. No one knew, cared, or was tapped into the other ones. Every once in a while, your antenna would go up and hear somebody else, and wow, it was just pure. It was a level above happy because it was pure joy and with so much gratitude. I stared at that empty table for about felt like an hour, probably just 15 minutes, and then I put that picture up, and it seemed like it was just all about the good life and roll on the ground laughter and everything. And wow, it must have resonated with folks because it was well received. And I stayed on a high from that night for a good couple of days. I mean, just this. It's like in the chest area. I don't know how to describe it. Just this feathery lightness, and it was just so pleasurable. And also, how I would describe that as a breath of fresh air because it has been different being an empty nester, and haven't really done with my husband and I are both very extroverted, very outgoing, very social, and I don't think it occurred to either one of us. And I think also the pandemic got a lot of people so used to being socially restricted. I don't know that I don't know that we're 100% back from that yet. For us, we're very rural and we have to kind of be planned if we're going to go do something. But what I'm saying is, it's easy to get in the. I don't know if I call it a rut. Maybe it's a rut. I don't know. But to just not do those small things. I mean, it doesn't take a lot to put together a dinner party. Barbecue chicken on the grill, especially our friends are real good and bring wine and stuff too. And it was just a reminder. Make it happen, man. Make it happen. So Sarah von Brednek continues. She says, in 1926, a young Englishwoman, Joanna Field, began to feel that she was not living a truly authentic life and that she did not know what made her truly happy. To remedy this, she kept a journal in order to discover what specifically triggered the feeling of delight. Oh, that's what I felt like Saturday. Delight in her daily life. The journal, called A Life of One's Own, was published in 1934. It was written, she confided, in the spirit of a detective who searches through the minutiae of the mundane in hopes of finding clues for what was missing in her life. I love that, the minutiae of the mundane. That was poetic. I think what we're talking about here is ruts. Because we can have all kinds of ruts. We can have cooking ruts and clothing ruts and music ruts and social ruts where we just don't. I mean, look what happened with the pandemic. Clutter also happens also from the same thing. Clutter and ruts happen from delayed decision making. Really, that's what it's about. And sometimes we have to really push ourselves to get fired up again. And as far as I'm thinking of cooking ruts, I mean, isn't it easy to make the same old thing when you come home from work because you're tired, especially during the winter months? I think the summer we have a little more kick in our step, right? And in the fall. You're tired to make the same old chicken dish. There's nothing wrong with that chicken dish. It's just but it's the same, same, same. And then we eat it for lunch the next day. Same, same, same. Clothing ruts, we often, pull that whatever's on the top of the dresser drawers like a uniform, right? Maybe we have three different things that we wear all week. Most 5, the 5 day. And, I mean, we're all guilty of it, I think, until we shake it up and get a new outfit and really push it another step and get a new style, not just a new outfit of what's similar to what you've been doing for the last 2 decades. Shake it up. So the same thing, socially and with people doesn't mean maybe shake it up and get all new people. We're not saying that, but it would be fun to have like a themed dinner party, do something fun out on the deck with different recipes. I know in the summer, like everybody else, we're so excited to do the grill because after the winter and that first burger tastes like heaven on this earth. By the time you're halfway through July, it all tastes the same. The burgers, the chicken, whatever else you're grilling, and to shake it up, do a pina colada party or have a theme with like an island party. I think I might do that this summer now that I'm thinking of it, and to really find it can be deep, find what's missing, or it can just be ruts. But this podcast is really about both. So the ruts can really just we might just need a lift, like our dinner party Saturday night, or like a Caribbean themed back deck party, just to give you what you need. Or it may be something that's much deeper. If you're kind of have a deep sadness going on because you haven't been in alignment for a really long time. Maybe locked into some codependent behaviors where you're, doing a lot of rescuing and people pleasing and abandoning yourself, which is not good. That's obviously not good. That's the worst thing you can do actually to yourself is abandon yourself. And meanwhile, watching life going by and not taking part in it, all the way to the lighter stuff where we're just missing, the socializing and the changing it up kind of thing. So then Sarah goes on and says, what is missing from many of our days is a true sense that we are enjoying the lives we are living. That's what I'm saying. This is not a military drill, folks. We are meant to be happy. It's even in the Declaration of Independence for crying out loud. The inalienable right, right? It is difficult to experience moments of happiness if we are not aware of what it is we genuinely love. If we are not aware of what it is we genuinely love. And the sad thing is, the longer we go without that, it's kind of like being in the deep end of the ocean. You lose track of your bearings and what does make you happy. So we must learn to savor small, authentic moments that bring us contentment. I love the word savor. The word savor is mindfulness amped up with a rather large splash of gratitude. I really love that word. Um, we must learn to savor small, authentic moments that bring us contentment. Experiment with a new cookie recipe. See, I didn't even get that far. I was saying the same thing. Take the time to slowly arrange a bouquet of flowers. Oh, that's another simple pleasure I love. Take the time to slowly arrange a bouquet of flowers in order to appreciate their colors, fragrance, and beauty. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I love also wildflower season in Vermont. Not only are they gorgeous, but they're free. So if you love to have flowers in your house a lot, the late summer here is just beautiful. And another fun one, I think I mentioned this. I don't remember if I did or not. I mentioned it somewhere, but for my Defense Against the Dark Arts Club, we just had a bonsai and cupcake celebration where we made bonsai trees, and that is a great way to shake it up. You can buy the kits on Amazon; they're like $35. If you just want the seeds, you can get them for like $8, and there's well, depending on which packet you get, there's like 4 to 8 different types. Just make sure you follow the instructions. They need heavy germinating, lots of hanging around in water like a wet paper towel. But anyway, really fun to start bonsai trees versus the same. I'm a huge fan of sunflowers, but try bonsai trees. It's so freaking cool. And then you like read about them, learn how to care for them. A lot of fun. And take your time with a cup of tea in the morning. I'm big on this. I've been doing this for a while. John Kabat-Zinn, I don't remember the circle what year, long time ago, when he said to just when you first wake up, where's the fire? Just take 60 seconds. If you can take 3 minutes or five, and this is great. We're not talking about falling back to sleep, but you just nestle into your mattress and just feel your back against the mattress. I do that and I look out the bay window at the same time, just hands by my side, and I just feel just the gratitude of the warmth under the covers and the depending on the season, of course, and just the whole thing. And while I'm looking out the window, and then just saying thank you before I get out of bed, it's just amazing. Then from there, the hot tea, and I just splurged on myself. Well, I guess it's not a splurge. I think it's the same cost, but I changed it up. Put it that way. My best friend from growing up got me double bergamot, because Earl Grey is my favorite, and I thought went straight to heaven. It's so good. So I hadn't had it in a while, and I bought myself a box, and it was delicious. If you're a coffee person, shake it up and get that Dunkin' Donuts latte if you live near that. We don't. Or get yourself a really sexy coffee machine and make yourself, something that's a little bit different from the same old same old. We're not talking about going out and spending a fortune. These simple pleasures, most of them, the high majority of them, are right under our noses, and we just overlook them because like the mundane is like a cloud, just this deep fog that sets in and just corrupts things. In fact, I think on one episode I talked about we have like a plant stand. I don't. That's another thing that's not expensive. It's a zigzaggy fun thing. It's almost as tall as I am. It's in front of one of the sliding doors, but it doesn't block the light because it doesn't take up much actual space. It's like shelves that are all kind of zigzaggy. So it doesn't block the light, and I have plants on there. And we started got taking off the dead stuff and making it look beautiful. I've already decided um, this coming weekend, I'm going to get some new planters for some of the ones that are just in plasticky, stupid looking things because the plants themselves are beautiful. And it doesn't take much. I mean, they can be at yard sales. And I already decided that is going to be I might actually do it Mother's Day weekend because it'll make me super, 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 super happy to just putter around making that shelf that costs like $70 or something. And we've had it for a couple years and it's just so pretty. Joanna Field, this is Sarah von Bradner continuing in her book Simple Abundance. Joanna Field discovered that she delighted in red shoes, good food, sudden bursts of laughter, reading in French, answering letters, loitering in a crowded affair, and, quote, a new idea when first it is grasped, end quote. I love that. I have a thing for romance languages too. I like all languages. I don't know all languages, but I love learning new languages, and I especially Spanish and Italian, because I'm big fans of just the countries I've been to, and it's just fun. I also love speaking in the Bronx. It's so fun to just dip into a language and walk around the house, and a lot of us in our family speak Spanish. That's fun to have little conversations sometimes, and just the Italian language is so beautiful, but it's about new. And here's the great news for cognitive reserve. I have a good friend of mine who researches cognitive reserve, and it's like brain insurance. When we challenge the mind, I mean, ruts are allowing yourself to stay in ruts is not good dementia-wise. I'm just saying. Want to challenge and stimulate. And they happen. It's just good to notice when they happen and shake it up a little bit. So learning a new language is one of the best ways to strengthen the brain muscle, just like going to the gym. No pain, no gain, right? So shake it up, do something new. You'll be far happier, and you'll live longer, clearer, cognitively clearer life. And that's it. This is Kimberly Quinn signing off from the beautiful northern Vermont. Have a mindful day.